Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening today. This is going to be the general tarot reading for the zodiac sign of Virgo for December of 2021. In the reading today, I will provide you obviously the meaning of the tarot cards, but any intuitive messages that I receive. We're going to take a look at what's happened in the last few months or November, what's coming for you in December. We're going to do a column specifically on career, finances, money. We're going to do a column on love, relationships, family. And then in our fifth and final column, we're going to do a message from your future self or spirit guides. And then I will also give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. So I'll give you 3 yes or no answers. And we'll end with a healing note and a crystal for you to carry for the month of December. But with that being said, Virgo, let's go and jump right in. Taking a look at what happened in the last few weeks or last month. We have an affirmation card that is also a summary card. So I am bonded. So definitely some bonding probably happened for you in November. Some sort of really strong connection. This could be with a significant other, friend, family, children. Let's go ahead and pull some cards to validate what's happened in the last few weeks or month for you. The first card that we have is the 3 of Cups. The 3 of Cups is a friendship card, a celebration card, a circle of support. Which really makes sense coming off of the bonded card. There likely was some sort of celebration or support happening for you. You also very well could have been celebrating something in November. Gotta love that. I believe life is short and we should celebrate lots. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles card. This is a very reliable person, patient, hard-working. This could very well represent you. So you might have been heads down working really hard on some things in November, Virgo. But again, if this is your circle of support, that person you're bonded to, very reliable, patient, hardworking person. So it makes sense why we would have those connections. Then we have the 4 of Swords. The 4 of Swords is a very tired card. This is like needing to rest, retreat, withdraw, recover. So some of you might have been feeling really tired. You might have been working on taking time for yourself to rest. Let's do some clarifying though on these cards. So the first card that we pulled is the 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords is an interesting card. This is like self-imposed restrictions and isolation. So if you look at the card closely here, the gummy bear is like all tied up. His eyes are covered. His hands are tied down. But if you look, there are swords stuck in the ground all around this card. So the gummy bear very easily could like wiggle back and cut themselves free. What I'm getting though is like you might have had a moment where you freed yourself. You moved on from something that was then celebrated. You realize that you were supported with this 3 of Cups. So I feel like you set yourself free and it opened up this really wonderful celebration or relationship for you. Then we have the World card. Love the World card. It's completing a lesson. It's completing a goal. Could mean travel. Some of you might have actually done some travel. But it really like marks completion of something. And we have that on top of our Knight of Pentacles, which is again that reliable, patient person. You might have been waiting a while for this something to be completed. Maybe it took you a while to set yourself free, but you did, and that's what's important. So definitely some sort of completion happening for you, Virgo. Then we have the Judgment card. The Judgment card is usually a favorable card for you. This is clarity. It's a final decision. It's kind of like understanding your life's purpose. So during this rest and retreat, I think it was very eye-opening for you. You were able to make a decision and put something to bed. But it's, again, very favorable for you. So definitely some sort of completion, setting yourself free, very well supported, and being able to move on. Let's move forward into December. So what's coming for you this month? I have the card I Will Encourage. So be encouraging of those around you. Be encouraging yourself to take on new things and challenging things. Let's see what we get in this column. mess here. Okay, the first card that we have is the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is a waiting card, or a patience card. So you planted your pentacles and you're basically watching them grow. Oftentimes this feels like delayed success. You might be like having to encourage somebody and let them know, like, just keep waiting, it's going to come. Or there could be something that you've been waiting on and you feel like you're just waiting. We'll further clarify this, but there's typically some sort of delay. You have to have some patience there. Then we have the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is a new, anytime we have an ace card, it's new something. So this could be a new project, new inspiration, a new urge to create. So definitely some new energy coming in for you in December. Maybe you've been waiting for this opportunity to create something new and you're feeling like you finally can. Then we have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is kind of a self-defense card. It's protecting yourself against competition. So you see yourself standing on the hill and then there's like these 6 wands that are trying to hit you and you have just the one. So there might be like a time where you're feeling like you're having to defend yourself or this newness. Let's clarify though and see what information we get for you, Virgo. Okay, so we have Pentacle and Pentacle. So this is a very like earth energy type and it's also very physical. So like whatever you've been waiting for is probably something that is physical or tangible. But with the Page of Pentacles, this card is another card of patience. For some of you, I feel like you could be waiting on a new job or a raise. But the message coming through loud and clear is that you are waiting and you've probably had to be patient. Again, you have 2 patience cards on top of each other there. Then we have the Temperance card. The Temperance card is balance, it's harmony. It is also patience sometimes. Self-control, moderation. But we have the water kind of pouring between the 2 cups and balancing each other out. So I will say that it's on top of the new card where you're getting a new project, you're getting new inspiration, new urge to create. So I think whatever this new thing is, it's going to be balance, it's going to be harmony. But you could very well have had to have been very patient. You are waiting is what I'm getting here. Then we have our King of Cups. This is a supportive leader. It's somebody that's very tolerant, very empathetic. And so that's on top of the Seven of Wands, which is like the self-defense. So I will say you might be feeling defensive, but I feel like you are still supported in what you're doing. There's tolerance in what you're doing. There's empathy. So like if you're fighting with somebody, I don't think it's going to be a major thing. Or if you're defending yourself, I think somebody's going to realize that you're defending yourself and like they didn't mean to put you in that situation is what I'm getting, Virgo. But whatever you're waiting for is coming to fruition for you, which is really great. So let's take a look now at the money vein, which could be career, finances, money, businesses that you run, investments, your career, kind of anything of that sort. So we have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is self-sufficient and very honest. The nice thing about Queen of Swords and the money is like you don't really need anybody else, which is a good feeling. Doesn't mean that you don't have to have other people, but like you're doing your own thing and you're doing it well. So that's a good card to have in the career and money column. Then we have the Star card. This is like renewal, hope, inner clarity. Sometimes this is like a miracle. So like some of you might be having a miracle money situation. But this could be like renewing your drive for work. You could be getting a new project that really is like making you passionate about your work again. So there's like some renewal happening regarding work, which is always good. Then we have the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is another very tired card. This person is sitting up in bed. So this is like the nightmare card. So make sure that you have that work-life balance. Don't let work keep you up. There could be some anxiety or depression, so maybe you're kind of in a lull on work, but really make sure you're not letting work keep you up. Hopefully that's that renewal. You're moving out of this stage of tired and into something better. Let's do some clarifying and see what we find. Oops. So we have the King of Wands first. The King of Wands is a very powerful card, very charming, very courageous. Going back to the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Swords is again that self-sufficient. So I would say this is a great pairing of cards. With that King of Wands, I feel like you have the courage and the power that you need to be self-sufficient, which is really important. Again, going back to what I said, you don't really need anybody else. You're doing your own. Then we have the Six of Swords. I actually personally like the Six of Swords. It looks a little sad. We have all of our little gummy bears here. Their heads are kind of hanging low. They're facing the opposite direction of us. Then you have swords sticking down in the boat. But oftentimes it's like a necessary transition. So it's a good change. Like it's something that had to happen. Some of you could actually be moving related to work. Some of you might be moving back into the office. I don't know why that message is coming in, but like maybe you've been working remote and you're going back in the office. But again, this is a necessary change. And it's on top of the Star card, which is really beautiful, which is like this change is going to renew you. It's going to be hope. It's that inner clarity. It's that shift you've been waiting for. Some of you also might be getting acknowledged at work too with that Star card. Then we have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is kind of nostalgic. So you might be reflecting on some previous work. Maybe that's what's keeping you up. Maybe you're like, oh, the way we used to do things. But you do need to focus on whatever this new thing is. The Six of Cups could also be gifts. So you might be getting a bonus at the end of the year. Reunion, you may be getting to work with somebody that you liked to work with before. I'm getting that like some of you might be worried that you're getting like a new boss or a new coworker, but this would be a good sign that this person's going to be good. So again, whatever this is, don't let you keep you up at night, because overall things look really, really good. The change, whatever shift is happening, is going to be good for you. So now let's take a look at family, love, relationships, and see what we have coming up in there. First things first, we have the Six of Pentacles. This is the giving or receiving of help. It's a generosity card. When I see this in the relationship column, I really focus on this like little measurement balance here. Like make sure you're giving and taking with your partner if you're in a relationship. For some of you that are not in a relationship, and I know this is the relationship column, I'm also getting like make sure you have a good work-life balance for some of you. But this is give and take. Some of you also could be giving or receiving a large gift for the holidays. So like you might get something from your spouse that you weren't expecting, or from a family member that's quite generous. Or it could be the opposite. Maybe you'll be doing something quite generous for a family member this holiday season. The next card that we have is the Moon card. This can be a card of problems sometimes, but when I see this card, this is usually like trusting your intuition, or it's some sort of voluntary change. So as things come up this month, remember that give and take, trust your intuition, but look for that balance. And like maybe you're making a voluntary change to not be such a pushover, or maybe your spouse leaves dishes all over the house and you're going to make the choice to not let that bother you the way it did before. So I'm really feeling like balance, give and take coming through. Then we have the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is very patient. This is new job, raise, money. Again, with the gift, some of you might be getting a pretty generous Christmas gift, holiday type gift. Or vice versa, you might be giving a lot this holiday season. Let's do some clarifying and see what we come up with. Okay. we do have 3 Pentacles in this row, which is very earth sign, and also very physical, so just keep that in mind as we go through. But with the Queen of Pentacles, this is very resourceful. So it's interesting. So whatever, I mean, this just like feels very significant, whatever it is, whether you're giving or you're receiving, or this balance will be very resourceful. So it may not necessarily be a cash gift, but you could be getting a new car, giving a new car. Resourceful is the message that's coming through there. Then we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is very intentional, it's very strategic, it's very thoughtful. That's coming in on top of the Moon card where I was saying really trust your intuition. This also could be a change, so you could be doing like changes for a better future is what's coming through with this relationship. King of Swords though, very strategic, very leader-like. Trust your intuition as you make those long-term type relationship decisions. Then we have the Four of Cups. This is a card of apathy, maybe feeling unfulfilled, but more so what I'm getting for this card is not so much an unfulfillment. It's really like an unexpected gift, and that's this other cup that's coming in. And that's on top of our Page of Pentacles, which again, we have that giving, receiving. Again, I don't know if you're gifting or you're receiving. Definitely there is some sort of major something coming through on top of our Page of Pentacles, which is like money news. So let me know how that plays out for you, because you could be getting something really good for the holidays. Or you could be giving something really good, which is equally wonderful. In the final column, we're going to take a look at message from our future self or spirit guides. The affirmation card is we have I will worship. Worship is good. It's worshiping yourself. It's worshiping those around you. It's worshiping your mind, your body. So make sure that you are worshiping yourself and those around you. But let's see what messages we have coming in. And below that, first things first, we have the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is oftentimes having a lot of choices, and sometimes those choices can lead to having commitment issues. So if you look, there's just like so many options, and each cup has a different something or other in it. So you might find a time where you are like unsure of what direction you want to go in. You just are going to have lots of options going into December, it sounds like. Then we have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is very nurturing, healing, supportive. So what I'm getting is that like no matter what path or direction you will go, you're going to be well supported. Not only will you be worshiping yourself, but those around you will be worshiping and supporting you, which is nice. And then the Lovers card, obviously this is a card of partnership, deep love, strength together, but oftentimes this means a choice also. So what I'm getting is that you are going to have some sort of choice, because you're going to have lots of options. It's going to be okay no matter what you do, but there is going to be like some sort of choice. This is also representative of that worship and that support that you're feeling. Let's further clarify this message here. First clarifying card we have is the Five of Wands. So this is like rivalry or challenges. The interesting thing about the Five of Wands though is like, it's not like they're fighting with swords, they're fighting with sticks. They're like learning how to fight basically. So there is going to be some sort of like conflict around this choice. And what I'm getting is that it's internal conflict, and it's not going to be huge, but you are like going to be questioning what you should do. And remember that whatever path you decide is going to be okay, and it's going to be the right thing. We have the Page of Wands. This is a very active card. This is something new. What I'm getting is if there's an option between something new and something old, be sure to take the something new. That's on top of our Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is again very nurturing, healing, supportive. So we have our Page of Wands. So I feel like whatever you take on this new path will be well supported, nurtured. And then we have our Knight of Swords. We have our So with the Knight of Swords, this is like fast lifestyle change. So whatever this is probably going to happen fast. What I'm getting is you might actually have to make the choice kind of quickly. So just be prepared potentially for a quick decision. So now at this time, I like to do 3 yes or no answers. I use the Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video really quick and think of them. But I'm just going to give you a short and sweet yes or no answer to your question. So first card we pulled is the 7 of Diamonds. This is the number 38 card. This is going to be a yes for you. For question number 2, we have the 5 of Clubs. This is the number 3 card. This is also a yes, number 33 card, but that's a yes for you. Then we have the Jack of Clubs. This is the number 45 card. This is also a yes. So 3 yeses to your questions. I do also like to pull a card from the Healing Stones deck. This is going to be a crystal that you can carry with you for the month of December. You can put it on your nightstand, put it on your desk at work, keep it in your pocket. But it's a crystal that will help you throughout the month. And what we're coming up with is Smoky Quartz. Smoky Quartz is very good for nerve strength. It's very resilient. It's also very anti-stress, so that's wonderful going into the end of the year, which can typically be pretty stressful. And then last but not least, I feel like we always do need more healing in life, so I like to end you with the healing note. Let's see what we have this month. Okay, your card says, healing is not an overnight process. It is a daily cleansing of pain, a daily healing of your life. Thank you so much, Virgo, for watching. Please do like, comment, subscribe. If you subscribe to my video, to my channel, you'll be notified when I post new videos. If you feel inclined, I did include my Venmo in the comments box too if you would like to make a donation. But thank you again, Virgo, and make sure you finish the end of the year strong.